Hi again, boys and girls. We're going to do the work on page 46 in our reader's notebook. And it's about words with short E. And if you remember from the sign sound card with the elephant, E spells the eh sound. And the sign is you cup your ear and you go eh, eh. It's different from the sound that I makes. I says eh. It's the iguana and it goes eh. Actually, it's the igloo in first grade. Eh. Eh. You have to crawl into the igloo. So this is eh, and you cup your hand over your ear. And this is eh. You crawl into the igloo. Okay, they're going to try to trick you. Don't get tricked. So here, let's see if I can make this super big for you. Maybe you'll be able to see it better. Okay, look at the picture. We have to find a word that says web. So we're going to sound these out. In, win. Nope, has to be this one. Ebb, web. Circle web. Okay, it's a picture of some men. Let's see which of these says men. At, mat. And men. This one. Okay, next we have this. Net. Let's see which of these two words spells net. We always start on this side. Et, net. There it is. This one says can. Okay, so this is a pen. Hey, both of these words begin with a P and end with an N. The only difference is the letter in the middle. We're trying to find the one that says pen. And pen. And this says in, pin. Mrs. Gillum said pen. So let's circle pen. Okay, here we have a picture of 10. Look at these two words. They both begin with the T and they both end with an N. The only difference is the E and the I. So let's sound them out. Let's not get tricked. And 10. That sounds like it. In 10. That's not a 10, it's a 10. Gotta really practice hearing that difference. That's a bed. Bad. Bad. It's not a bad. Bed. 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 It is a bed. Okay, now we're going to practice our Day 1, Lesson 4, sight words. This is on page 47. So they have the sight words right here. We'll read them twice. Let's first read them big and then read them little. This is who. W-H makes the sound this time. Who. W-H-O spells who. Me. M-E. Me. All. The A says aw in this word. The two L's, the two lions, sort of scare the A, and he's saying aw. All. And here's the trickiest word of all this week. Does. If you just remember the S makes the Z sound sometimes. Does. These do not sound. You just have to be super lazy and say when you get to these two. Does. Does your mom have a yellow car? Here. Here. That's a place. Like I'm standing right here. And the word my. M-Y spells my. Right, let's read them small. All. Does. Here. Me. My. Who. The first sentence says, Lynn is pal. Lynn is all pal. Lynn is does pal. Lynn is here pal. Lynn is me pal. Lynn is my pal. Yeah, that's it. Lynn is my pal. So when we make our M's, we make a line. And then we're going to make two humps like this. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, if you make your M like this, that's actually a cursive N. That's no good. That shows that you have a gap in your education if you make your M like that. Make sure you start it with a line. So my has a Y also. Both of those letters are ducking underneath the dotted line. My. Sam will come to play. Sam will come all to play. Sam will come does to play. Sam will come here to play. That's the one. Starts with an H. Here. Okay. Next one. See if I can catch those. No, I can't. He likes to play with all. He likes to play with does. He likes to play with me. That's it. Me. So let's write me right here. I will see is there. I will see all is there. I will see does is there. I will see who is there. I will see who is there. Like someone's knocking at your door. Maybe it's Lynn because it said Lynn's his pal on, or maybe it's Sam. It has to be Sam because it says Sam is going to come there to play. I will see who is there. Last one, second to the last one. Sam, a funny trick. Sam, all a funny trick, or Sam does a funny trick? Yeah, does. That's D-O-E-S. Let's see if we can remember that. Sam does. D-O-E-S. Sam does a funny trick. And then finally, it says, we will take up all the mats. It has to be all, boys and girls, because it's the only one left. And remember, it has the two lions next to the apple. And the little apple's going, ah, instead of ah. It's going, ah, like you just saw two lions. So A-L-L is how we spell all. All right. Now we get to practice our Y's and W's. I have some cards for you to practice with. Here's our W and here's our Y. So this is watermelon. I'm just going to say capital W, lowercase w, 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 and this is watermelon. So we have a capital W, a lowercase w. What does it say? W, 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 watermelon. It sort of sounds like the letter Y, doesn't it? but it's actually the sound to W. That's a tricky one. Okay, anyway, this is a well. If you put a bucket down in there, there's some water. Here's some wood. Here's a watch to tell time with. Here's a weight. You want to get stronger muscles, you have to lift weights. Here is a window. They're missing the beginning sound, but don't worry. I have a letter here that makes that sound, window. And this last one is a, wave. Like when you go to the beach, you try to catch a wave. So we practiced the W sound, and that is W. And it's worm on the sign, the sound spelling cards. It's the worm card. Okay, but we don't have those. They're on the wall at my classroom. Capital Y, lowercase y, and it's yarn. This is a capital Y, a lowercase y, and what sound does it make? Yeah. Like yo-yo and yam and yogurt. Okay, so there's our quick review of those two letters, and now we're going to practice them. These are the consonants, Y and W. Consonants, Y and W. It says name each picture and think of the beginning sound, and you're going to write a Y or a W. Okay, yo-yo. Yeah, that's a Y. Yeah. Even though it says Y, the sound it makes is yeah, Y. And I know W, it says W, and you're just so tempted to write down, well, anyway. This is a web. W. Which one makes the W sound? That's so tricky, because that's a Y and that's a W, but which one makes the W sound? W. That's that little dance move. That's sort of wiggly like a worm. It's the W that makes the W sound, like watermelon and worm. W. That's so tricky. Here's a yak. Yak. Like the yo-yo card. Or yak. Or yarn. They all begin with the y. Here's a worm. So, worm card is W, so that's an easy one. Worm. W. This is a picture of a wagon. Wagon. And finally, we have a picture of a lemon. Oh, it's not a lemon. Look at this. It's got pointy ends. That's a yam. Yam. Like the yo-yo card. Like the yak, yarn, yogurt, yam. It's just so hard to remember the difference between W's and Y's, but we're not going to have a mental block about it. Y says yeah, and W says wa. All right. And finally, we get to the spelling part of our lesson. And it's really more like a rhyming lesson. If the word rhymes with get, you're going to write it here. So get ends with an ET, just like these words end with an ET. And they all rhyme. Let's look at them. Et, jet. Et, let. Et, met. Et, net. They rhyme. They're in the same word family. They're like brothers and sisters. Et, pet. Et, set. Let's do two more. Et, vet. And et, wet. They are asking us, which of these words over here rhyme with get? Get ends with an ET. That's the family it's in. And if you find spelling words that are in his family, they'll rhyme. Yet, get. These are in the same family. I'm going to write down yet. Are you finished? Yet. Let me see, there's another one in the ET word family, the et word family. There, ET. Okay, W says w like worm, et, wet. So wet rhymes with get. We have get, yet, wet. So now we have to write words that rhyme with den. Let's look at the word family den is in, O-E-N. Let's read some E-N words. Okay, this one says ben, then, when, ten, pen, men, Ken, Jen. Are you guys getting this? Hen, den. Okay, you get the idea. All those words ended with en, just like this one does. So now I'm going to go over to this side. I automatically see this word. It ends with en, just like this one. Pen. So we're going to write the word pen in our beautiful handwriting. Pen. Remember, you can get your composition notebooks out and practice your spelling words in them when we get to that part in our reader's notebook. Which other word ends with en, en? That one. And hen. En. Hen. Now, the words that do not rhyme. So it's going to be this one and this one. They're the only two left. Let's sound this spelling word out. That's a worm. So ebb, web, web, like a spider's web. Make sure your W is tucked underneath the dotted line and that your E starts halfway between the dotted line and the bottom line. Your B starts at the top and around. Web. And then finally we have leg. 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 Okay, so that's our lesson for the day. Toodaloo.